Hi, I'm Amy. If you're looking for a gentle yoga practice that helps you reconnect with movement without pressure, this is going to be the class for you. This class is for anyone that's feeling a little bit stiff, a little bit disconnected with their body and wants to move in a much kinder way. We'll move slowly through some simple standing poses with options throughout to modify. You don't need to be flexible to do this practice. You just need a mat and a willingness to move gently. So we're going to begin lying on our backs. So once you're there, bring your feet as wide as your mat and let your knees fall in together. Let your hands rest on your belly and just close your eyes. We're just going to take a few moments just to land here. Allowing your breath just to be as it is. No need to change anything. Just bringing your attention to the gentle rise and fall of your chest and your belly as you breathe in and out. Take a deep breath in through your nose, feeling your belly expand under your hands. And then exhale. Lovely. Bring your feet back into the middle of your mat, so they're about hip distance apart, keeping your knees bent. Bring your hands to the ground. And then we're just going to do a few little pelvic tilts here. So rock your pelvis up so that your back will be flat against the ground. Good. And then just rock it the other way. So you've then got a gap here in your lower back. So just slowly, slowly rock your pelvis backwards and forwards. Keeping your breath steady and even. And you may even notice that when you rock your pelvis up, that your core muscles start to engage. Again, nothing hugely advanced here, just nice and gentle movement. Just subtly engaging the muscles in your body. Good, just do one more. Good, and then just come back to a natural position. Drop your knees to the right and then lift them back up and bring them to the left. So you're coming into this windshield wiper motion with your legs. Again, nice and slowly. This doesn't need to be done at speed. Good, come back to center. Let your left leg go long on the mat and then squeeze your right knee in towards your chest. So point your left toes, draw this right knee in towards your armpit. Take a few rounds of deep breath. Good, release your right leg long on the mat. And then do the same with your left leg. So squeezing your left leg in, pointing your right toes. Just enough that you're feeling a little gentle stretch. If you're feeling pain or tightness, that might mean that you just need to back off a fraction. There should be nothing forced. Lovely, let your left leg go long. Bend both knees again, feet flat to the earth. Raise your right leg up to the sky, bringing the sole of your foot to point upwards, just giving yourself a lovely gentle hamstring stretch here. So again, if your leg is not straight, don't worry, keeping a bend in your knee. Take a round of breath. Release your right foot and then lift up your left foot, sole up towards the sky, taking a deep breath in and out. Good. Releasing your left foot back down to the earth and then bringing your feet back in towards you, just close enough that you can touch them with your fingertips. Place your palms down on the earth next to your hips. And then take a deep breath in. Slowly lift your pelvis up off the ground, lifting your hip points up to the sky. Coming into bridge pose. And then as you exhale, slowly lowering back down. Good. Breathing in, peeling your pelvis off the ground, engaging your thigh muscles, drawing your knees away from you. And then exhaling back down. Lovely. Draw your knees in towards your chest. Wrap your arms around your shins, giving yourself a little hug. Taking some rocking motions if you need to. Good. And then cross your shins and we're going to rock and roll all the way up to a seat. And then roll over your knees as we come into a tabletop position. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Drop your belly, lift your chest and your chin up and forwards. Take a deep breath in cow pose. And then exhale, round your spine, bringing your chin towards your chest. Good, breathing in. Cow pose, shining your chest forward. Exhaling to cat. Good, one more round. Exhaling back to cat. Good, come back to a neutral spine. Inhale, raise your left arm up to the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to thread this left arm under your right, coming to lay on your left shoulder, left ear, coming in to thread the needle. Leaving your left hand where it is, or you can walk your fingertips up towards the top of your mat. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Breathing in and out. Walk your hand back next to your face. Push yourself back up to tabletop. Other side. Inhale, your right arm up. Exhale, thread it underneath your left arm. Coming to lay on your right shoulder, right ear. Walking your fingertips up to the top of the mat if that feels good. Taking 2 rounds of breath. Good. Slowly walking your hand back towards your face. Push into the earth. Bring yourself all the way back up to a tabletop position. Then bringing your big toes to touch. Knees as wide as the mat. Sink your hips back towards your heels. And options here are to stretch your fingertips up towards the top of the mat, allowing your forehead to rest on the earth. If this is feeling a bit much on your shoulders, you can bring your head to your hands, making a little pillow here for it here. We're just going to take a few rounds of breath here in child's pose. Breathing deep into your belly. Taking a moment just to rest. Lovely, coming back up to a tabletop position. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Step your right foot between your hands. And then you inhale, reach your fingertips forwards and up, coming into a low lunge. So keeping your gaze forward, reaching your arms actively up. Let's take a round of breath here, breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. Good. Release your hands back down to the ground, framing this right foot. And then start to sink your hips backwards, peeling your right toes off the floor, coming into half splits. So your knee can be as bent as you need it here. Trying to pull this right hip back so that your hips are staying level. Take a deep breath in and out. Good. Take a deep breath in. As you exhale, rock forwards back to a low lunge and then step your right foot back to tabletop. Other side, left foot up. Breathing in, sweeping your arms and hands forwards and up. Couple of rounds of breath here in low lunge, just thinking about keeping your head in line with your chest and your pelvis. So you may even need to tip your pelvis underneath you a little bit more. We're not coming into a back bend here, so your spine should be reaching up, fingertips actively reaching forwards, gazing ahead of you. Good. Releasing your hands back down to the mat, framing your left foot. Sinking your hips back, peeling your left toes off the mat. Half splits, taking a few rounds of breath. If it's becoming a little bit tight, too sticky, just come forwards a little bit more or take a more of a bend in this left leg. You know, this shouldn't be painful or uncomfortable. It can be a bit sticky in places, using your breath, but you're not going to enjoy it if it hurts. So just come out of it a little bit more. Good. Rock forwards back to low lunge. And then step your left foot back, coming back into a tabletop position. And then tuck your toes, lift your hips up and back, and then at the same time you're going to walk your hands back towards your feet. So we're coming into a forward fold at the back of the mat. Let your head and neck be heavy. Taking hold of opposite elbows, just gently rock from side to side. Taking any movement that feels good. Good. And then letting your hands, head and neck be heavy, we're going to slowly roll up to standing. So keeping a bend in your knees. Roll all the way back up. When you get to the top, just loop your shoulders up and back. Lovely. Take a big step now towards the top of your mat. So we're now standing at the top of your mat. Coming into mountain. So just thinking about your feet here. So seeing if all four corners of both feet are in contact with the mat. You can even lift your toes and then spread them out. So you're almost feeling like an energy coming up from your feet. Really actively rooting down. Good. Arms down by your sides, palms facing forwards. Again, just bringing your attention to your pelvis, making sure that you're not sticking your bottom out. Good. Take a breath in and come up onto your tiptoes. As you exhale, slowly lower back down. Breathing in, coming up onto your tiptoes. Exhaling, lowering them back down. One last time, breathing in. Exhaling out. Good. Hands on your waist now. Take a bend in both knees and then step your right foot back about 3 to 4 feet.
Turning your right toes out so that your right toes are pointing towards the top right hand corner of your mat, taking a bend in your left leg. Inhale
Your arms up.
and then breathe out as we come into warrior one. Keeping your gaze forward, keeping this left knee over your left ankle, hips square to the mat. Take a deep breath in, really reach up. Exhale, taking a bend in both knees as you step your left foot back up to meet your right, and then relax your arms back down.
Good.
Other side, hands on your hips. Soft bend in both knees, step your left foot back, about 3 to 4 feet. You can adjust this to suit you. Left toes pointing towards the left top corner of your mat, taking a deep bend in your right knee. Inhale your arms up. Warrior one. Keep breathing. Good. Soft bend in both knees, stepping your left foot back up to meet your right. And then exhaling your arms back down to mountain. Good. Breathing in, sweep your arms out to the sides and up, bringing your palms to touch above your head. And then as you exhale, taking a bend in your knees, folding forward from
Your hips, sweeping your arms down, coming into a forward fold. Planting your hands on the mat, stepping both feet back to a tabletop position. And then coming to sit on your knees, sweeping your legs out from
underneath you. We're going to come
to lay on our backs. So take your time getting there. Keeping your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Then shift your hips over towards the right hand side of your mat, letting your knees fall to the left. Arms out at shoulder height. Turn your head to look towards the right, coming into a supine twist. If this doesn't feel good for your neck, please keep your head up. You can always have the option to keep your hands on your body also. This can feel nice and comforting, feeling your own warmth. So let's take a few rounds of breath here in supine twist, breathing up and down the length of your spine. Slowly turning your head back to center if your head is turned, followed by your knees. And then shift your hips right over to the
left-hand side of your mat, knees falling to the right. Turning your head to look towards the left if that's good for your neck. Taking a few really deep breaths here. The deepest breaths you've taken all day. Turning your head back to centre, followed by your knees, squaring your hips on the mat.
Hugging your knees in towards your chest, then letting your legs go long on the mat. Take up space here, so arms alongside your body, palms facing up. And just letting your breath come as it is now. Allowing all the muscles in your body to completely relax as we come to rest in Shavasana. Start to bring some movement back by wiggling your fingers and your toes. Take a deep breath in into your belly. Exhale it out. Taking your time, we're slowly going to come back into a seated position. So turning onto your side, using your hands on the earth to slowly push yourself back up. And then come to sit however feels comfortable. Sit up nice and tall. Close down your eyes. Let's take a round of breath together to finish the practice. Breathing in and out. Bring your hands together in front of your heart and bow your head. Thank you so much for taking the time for yourself today to come and practice. I hope you found a little bit of joy in this lovely gentle movement, and I hope to see you again on your mat soon. Namaste.